What's poppin' Soul Family, and welcome back to my channel. In today's pick a card, we are going to be spilling the tea on big blessings coming your way in 2024. Okay, I am super excited for this reading, you guys. It is like 11:30 at night my time, and I never actually read at this hour, but Spirit told me that I needed to get up and do this reading because I was getting a bunch of downloads in the shower. So here we are. Okay, I am so glad to be back, you guys. I went on a little mini vacation for a few weeks, so I'm back now. And before we get started, if you guys are interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, you guys can book with me on my Etsy shop. The link to do so will be available down in the description box below. And if you guys are interested in the decks that we'll be using for today's tarot reading, I will be showcasing them at the end of each reading. You guys, they will be available for purchase on my Amazon storefront down in the description box below. Be sure to check that out if that is something you are interested in. And without further ado, we're going to go on ahead and jump into your pile choices now. Alrighty, you guys, so here are the four groups that you have to choose from today. We have group number 1 beginning on the left and group number 4 ending on the right. So I'm going to go on ahead and give you guys a chance to pause the video to read each message associated with each pile. And whenever you guys are ready, I will meet you at your reading. The timestamps for each card will be available down in the description box below for your convenience. Hello to all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 1, and your card says, when I am in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. Okay, you guys, so what major blessings can you expect in 2024? Okay, so I'm kind of picking up on a little bit of your energy going into 2024 and like throughout 2023. So what I am seeing here with the Knight of Pentacles is a lot of slow movement in your life. Okay, maybe even going into the beginning of this year. This kind of seems like more of a past type of energy, but I also feel like it pertains to the present moment, like going into 2024. So I feel like you guys are at this place in your life where you desire more out of your life. Okay, you want to experience more. You want to experience like new things in your life, okay, some movement in your life, but at the same time there is a part of you that might be very uncomfortable with change, so you find comfort in moving slowly, right? But at the same time, it's almost like you're feeling a bit distorted at this time because maybe you're disappointed by how slow things are moving in your life or how slow things are progressing in your life, but at the same time there's a part of you that is kind of uncomfortable with change, right? So we have this 7 of Cups here. So I feel like you have this major vision of all of these things that you want to do with your life, or all of these things that you want to see progress in your life. Okay, and the thing about the 7 of Cups is that she can be a good thing, she can be a good vibe, but at the same time she can also have a bit of trouble when it comes to illusion. Okay, so it's like there's a fine line between illusion and imagination. Okay, when it comes to your imagination, it's like a very, very powerful tool for manifestation, but also if you're not really grounded and you're not really feeling rooted within yourself, it's like when you get too deep in your head, especially if you're like an overthinker, it can be grounds for like some major anxiety and like fear of disappointment. Like you can experience a lot of distortions that just do not align you with your highest self and like your best possible timeline to experience in this life, right? So we do have the 5 of Cups here, and we have the 9 of Swords. So I'm feeling like going into 2024, it's like you want new things because maybe you've gotten used to being disappointed, or you've experienced a number of disappointments in your life. And with this 9 of Swords, I'm picking up on a lot of fear, like a lot of anxiety. Some of you guys might have a hard time sleeping at night. Others of you guys might just have a hard time just literally taking a deep breath. You might be feeling so restless. Maybe you can't meditate, or maybe you can't get grounded. You just don't feel grounded within yourself. But it's like at your core, like your truest form, your truest nature with this Knight of Pentacles, I can see that you guys are actually very, very grounded individuals. It's just that sometimes it's like you let your thoughts kind of distort your reality to make things appear extremely unfavorable to you, if that makes sense. So moving into 2024, I feel like it's very important to know that slow movement does not necessarily equate to no movement. Okay, I'm seeing like you guys are really going to be embodying this energy of like self-love, right? Because the card that you picked right here, it says, when I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disturbed. Okay, so if you in any way, shape, or form are feeling disturbed, feeling anxious, feeling ungrounded, it's just simply a sign that you are out of alignment at this time. We're literally humans existing in the 3D. It's so easy to get out of alignment in the world that we live in, but a lot of us are really meant to follow a very distinct path, and sometimes we let our thoughts get the best of us, or let our ego get the best of us. It's like it throws us off of our optimal path, or like our desired reality, because I do see a very favorable outcome for you guys moving into 2024. It just seems to me like it's a matter of getting your thoughts in alignment with the reality that you actually want to experience, which can be hard when we're witnessing so many unfavorable circumstances around us, right? So it's very important for you guys, group number 1, that you remain grounded at this time. In order to get the best outcome, you need to remain grounded, and you need to remain disciplined in your thoughts, right? We have the Empress card, so it's like, don't sleep on how magical you guys are, right? Because a lot of the times we look around us, you ever heard the saying like, don't look down? You look down and you see how far of a drop it is. It's really easy for you guys to get scared, right? But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't push forward. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't keep going. Like you shouldn't keep walking on the tightrope, no matter how hard, how high you guys are up in the sky. Like, that doesn't mean that you should stop going. That doesn't mean that you should like not move forward, if that makes sense. Because it's like your mind could either be your best friend and like really aid you on your journey and getting to where it is that you want to go, or it could be your worst enemy and your worst nightmare, because that's the very thing that like shapes and molds the reality in front of you, and the future that you're on the path towards, right? So we do have the 10 of Cups, right? Your emotional safety and emotional security is going to need to be number 1 priority, okay, this year, okay? With the 10 of Cups, it's like, it might be wise for you to surround yourself with family or with people who feel like family. And in the process of this, you might end up losing some people that just don't add to this or don't aid in that emotional security and emotional safety and emotional stability. If people are not contributing to your happiness, bear in mind, it's nobody's job to make you happy, but if people are not contributing to your happiness, or they are taking away from your happiness, it is okay to let them go. It is okay to completely detach from them. It is okay to completely separate from them, because some people, where you are going, some people are just not meant to come with you. And that is okay. You could still love them. You could still care about them. You could still want what's best for them. But moving into 2024 and, proceeding into 2024, continuing to move forward, you might lose a couple of people. And for some of you guys, that might make you feel uncomfortable, because losing certain people might lead to certain changes in your life that you might not yet be fully comfortable with. You might not yet be fully grounded in those changes. Those changes could pertain to maybe a new job, maybe proceeding down a different career path, maybe having a different friend group, okay? Maybe being around people that you're just not used to being around, or being completely by yourself because you're noticing that the people in your circle are just not aiding in your happiness. They're not aiding in getting you to where it is that you need to be, where it is that you deserve to be, right? We have the Sun card. So like moving into 2024, it's like your happiness needs to be a priority. And that means that you might have to cut off anybody that's in alignment or out of alignment with that happiness, right? I am seeing like maybe you shedding a couple of people out of your life, and it might be a bit painful at first, but it's necessary in order for you to move forward, okay? Because ideally, towards the end of 2024, I am seeing complete total, how do I say, complete total emotional safety, emotional security within yourself and within your circle, okay, with the Wheel of Fortune emphasis on the circle, okay, right? It's like there's a need for you to end certain cycles with certain people in your life in order to, grow and in order to kind of become your most divine self, okay? Being human, oftentimes that shit comes with a lot of distortions, okay? Oftentimes we really feel like we got to stay on this one path, or we got to be attached to these certain people in order to be our optimal self. But oftentimes you got to be alone, right? We have the King of Wands. Notice how she's on the throne, but she's on the throne by herself because it's like certain people just couldn't come with her. And then we have the Empress, okay? So I'm seeing like a lot of throne energy, like, being royalty. It's like you guys got to start giving yourself that royal treatment, because I'm seeing a lot of you guys are like, really, you're not happy, okay? That's just the truth of the matter. And it's like a really hard pill to swallow. It's like you guys are not happy. Something in your life, something in your day-to-day routine is going to end up changing. It's going to end up shifting going into 2024. And that is going to be your biggest blessing, okay? But oftentimes this is a blessing in disguise, because these changes, these shifts, they're going to cause us, it's almost like we're literally being forced out of our comfort zone, right? Forced out of these friendships, these relationships, these connections, these situations that feel comfortable to us but are not aiding us in our happiness. They're not aiding us in getting us to where you want to go. You want to know whether or not you are in alignment with your truest self, your most optimal path, like the person that you are just meant to be, the person that you were always meant to be. You want to know how you're in alignment. You are at peace, right? The card that you chose here, it says, when I am in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. Keep in mind that love is the highest frequency in existence, right? It is the frequency in which we have all come from, right, in this universe. That it's like that's how we spawn out of love, right? And we get down here oftentimes and we try to stay on that path. We try to stay in alignment with love. And I know it's not always love and light. Being human ain't always love and light, let me tell you. But when we're not in alignment with love, it's like that we know, because our spirit is like disrupted. It's like there's no peace in our life. We're surrounded by people who are constantly in chaos, right? It's chaotic as hell, right? Or we're surrounded by people who oftentimes just can't seem to get a break from the situations that oftentimes they get themselves into based off of the decisions that they make, or based off of just the simple fact that they are out of alignment with their truest selves, right? So your biggest blessing in 2023 is going to be removing people, circumstances, and situations that are not aiding to your happiness and your emotional security and safety. I am also seeing new relationships that will I kind of want to say spawn into your life after removing some of these old ones. But all in all, I'm seeing like the removal of some people, but also it's just like the removal of maybe that comfort, that security blanket that is kind of weighing you down and preventing you from being in your highest power, from showing up in your highest form, like as your divine self, right? And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, group number one, this might be very uncomfortable, because like I said in the beginning of the reading, it's like you want more out of life. You want a deeper experience. You want deeper meaning out of your life, and you want 2024 to be good for you. But at the same time, that might require change that you may not be fully comfortable with. And it is okay to admit that you are uncomfortable. It's okay to admit that you're scared, okay? But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't look forward. You might look down and be like, damn, like, see how we have the Seven of Cups here? Okay, I'm noticing like the clouds, and it's kind of like she's in the sky, you know? Like, imagine skydiving, right? And you got a parachute. Like, the parachute is good, like, it's gonna deploy when it's supposed to deploy, but that doesn't remove the obstacle of oftentimes having to jump, right? And as soon as you look down, it's like, damn, I don't want to jump, like, I don't want to go. But if you don't jump, it's like you're missing out on that experience. You know, you look down and it's like all of a sudden the illusion of not being safe just completely overcomes you, and it almost like denies you of that experience that is rightfully yours. Okay, so keep that in mind going into 2024, that things might get a little bit uncomfortable. You might have to lose certain security blankets. You might have to sort of make certain changes in your life that might be way out of your comfort zone, but it's necessary in order for you to be on your divine path, right? In order for you to truly become who you are meant to come, in order for you to really get to where it is that you need to go, you might need to let a couple things go, and it's gonna be worth it in the end, because in the end, that's where your happiness is. That's where your true self is, you know, like, that's the place where you can shine your divine light infinitely without having to like suppress who you are, or without that fear of like looking down, you know what I mean? So that's the overall message that I have for you guys regarding 2024. I hope that this reading helped you guys. Let me know down in the comments how it resonates for you. If you guys are interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, you guys can book with me on my Etsy shop. The link to do so will be available down in the description box below. And if you're interested in the decks that we use for this pile, we did use the Universe Has Your Back oracle deck, and we also used the Modern Witch tarot deck for this pile specifically. So those will be available for purchase on my Amazon storefront down in the description box below. Be sure to check that out if that is something you are interested in. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye. Hello to all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 2. And your card says, in every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me towards right-minded thinking and the energy of love. Okay, this is a beautiful card. This is a beautiful message. Okay, but group number 2, I do feel like oftentimes as humans, okay, and as light workers, as like soul searchers, we jump into this matrix, right? And we don't always realize that although, you know, we're committed to aligning with that frequency of love, right? And learning to become a master manifester, learning to become a master of our thoughts and, you know, right-minded thinking, it's like they don't tell us about, you know, how dark it can get sometimes. Basically, what I'm saying for you guys, group number 2, is that this journey up to this point, up to 2024, it has not been all love and light, okay? It just hasn't been for us, okay? For people like us, it just hasn't been all love and light, right? So I'm seeing, like, I was kind of picking up on a lot of y'all's energy, like, leading up to this point, you know, especially like specifically around 2023. But starting off with the Queen of Wands reversed and the Five of Wands, I am picking up on so much rage, right? It's like throughout the past year, it's like you have been clearing this nonstop anger, this nonstop rage, right? Like, you guys have had some pretty, maybe not so pretty experiences throughout your life. And it's like you realize you don't want to let that hold you back. It's like you're finally coming into the realization that your past has no bearing on the future that you are creating for yourself. However, you're purging. Like, I was getting a very, very strong energy of purging going into 2024. And this might not be fun. Okay? It may not be fun and it may not feel good. But that right there is like part of your biggest blessing for 2024 is the fact that you are shedding this and you are purging this. And I'm seeing like it's like you guys are so soft on the inside, but you have developed such a hard exterior, right? To protect yourself and to protect others. Like, this is my pile. It's like you will stand up for what is right no matter what that looks like to other people, and that is beautiful. It's like y'all just don't give a damn, you know? And it's like people don't know you, right? You might experience a lot of being judged at first glance, you know? People might oftentimes just completely misinterpret you, who you are, everything that you are. They might not fully get it, right? But they don't know what you've been through. They don't know the hell, like the literal hell that you've had to experience to get to this point, right? Because we do have one of the scariest cards coming through. We do have the Devil card here. This card represents all of the distortion, all of like the ego that prevents us, right? That prevents us. It's like its sole purpose is to hinder us from aligning with that frequency of love that we came here to experience, right? It's like this major, what I'm getting here is like a lot of us, we come, pretty much all of us, like damn near all of us, especially those of us who are, you know, aligned and, you know, have that soul purpose, that have that soul mission, you know, when it comes to like duality, like being light and dark, you know, being, you know, it's like you came here to experience your shadow and like align yourself with that frequency of love. It's like you can do both, right? You have that side of you that's super duper sweet, super duper nurturing, like literally can take care of anyone, anything, you know. It's just like you, this is my light worker pile. It's like that duality was like a major theme for this pile, right? And it's like behind this angry women, I'm feeling like a lot of y'all are women, like most of y'all that watch my channel are women, because I looked at the statistics and everything already. It's like behind this angry woman, or should I say this angry adult, is this little girl or this small child, this young boy that is just so open and so ready to just experience, that was just so ready to just jump into this experience, just full of love, full of passion, full of creativity, like has nothing but dreams ahead of them, right? And it's just willing to just jump into it full force. And it's just like you got here and it just wasn't as easy as you intended for it to be, or you thought it was gonna be, right? That's sort of what I'm getting. So in moving into 2024, it's like you guys might have felt very, very angry. And a lot of this anger that you've experienced are just annoyance, irritation, like things that are just not of the frequency of love, that are just not on that vibration. It's like you've just been purging it. You've been purging it nonstop. You know, you may not have really felt at peace. You know, you might feel really disturbed and you don't want to be angry. You don't want to fight all the time. You know, like I find myself getting triggered a lot working customer service just by all of these people that just are just mean. You know what I'm saying? Like just mean, that don't treat me like I'm human. You know, speaking from my perspective. But at the same time, I always find that the best way to deal with them is from a place of love. But it's kind of hard for me to approach from a place of love when people be having me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get it, you get it. It's like we come here to experience duality. It's like, you know, we love so deeply and so tenderly and so unconditionally, but we'll still smack a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of vibe that I get from my people who chose this pile. It's like duality is a major theme. It's been a major theme throughout your life, and it's going to continue to be a major theme throughout 2024. So a lot of us sort of, you know, we are in this process of like raising our vibration, but also like shedding these old layers of this vibration that just no longer serves us and it doesn't feel good. So you guys, throughout 2024 and just throughout the past couple of years, it's just been a fucking roller coaster for us. Like, one minute we're at the top and we have all of this faith and we're ready to conquer, we're ready to love, right? We're ready to serve, we're ready to share, you know, who we are and do what it is that we came to do, right, from a place of unconditional love. But then it's like certain triggers get struck, you know, just by day-to-day life and just being human. It's just like now all of a sudden we want to fight, right? We have the Four of Swords here. We're tired, right? It's like moving into 2024, it's like you're tired, you know? It's like sometimes you want to give up, right? But you don't give up because this card right here, justice is always going to be served, right? So karma plays a major role in your 2024, and I don't think at all for any of you who chose this pile it's not bad karma, but I am seeing a lot of karma that will play out for those who have had an influence on your mental state, whether positive or negative, if that makes sense. Like, we do have the Justice card. Justice is going to be served for whoever the fuck it is that has gotten you guys the Queen of Wands, because I am seeing that there has been a lot of shit that has been inflicted on this child, this innocent child, this being your inner child, that has sort of shaped you and molded you into a version of yourself that is very, very angry, that is very, very distorted. And it's like, deep down, you guys know this is not you, right? This is not who you are. This is not what you came here to do. This is not who you came here to be, but you did come here to transcend it, right? You did come here to transcend it. That's why a lot of you guys, your heads are hurting, right? Moving into 2024, you're getting these ascension symptoms, right? Y'all, literally as soon as New Year's hit, I got sick. That's why I haven't been here. Like, I got sick. I had the worst sinus headache. I had this pain right here that just would not go away. Like, my temples were hurting. I could barely breathe. My throat was hurting. I felt like I couldn't talk, right? A lot of you guys are experiencing these ascension symptoms, these physical symptoms, lightheadedness, fucking headaches. That's like a major one that a lot of us experience. It's like moving into 2024, like especially around the beginning of January, if you were sick or if you caught COVID, you caught some type of respiratory illness, right? Sore throat, or you just felt off in your body. It's like you're experiencing these ascension symptoms and you are 100% being called to rest, especially as it pertains to the beginning of 2024, the beginning of this year. This rest, or this opportunity to rest, is going to be a major blessing for you. Also, it's like there's a need for you to really hold space for yourself, group number 2, because you're doing a lot of purging, right? It's like you need to stand up for yourself when necessary, but at the same time, it's like, do not allow yourself to be consumed by anger. A lot of you guys are maybe you need some type of therapy, or maybe you need to allow yourself the chance to ground and like meditate, because a lot of you guys are being extremely overcome with these ascension symptoms and you don't know what the fuck is going on, and it's completely okay, because I'm right along there with you guys, right? With the Justice card and with the Hermit card, Spirit is also saying one of the biggest blessings that you are, you know, kind of receiving this year is the ability to, I guess, get to know yourself. You have to do right by yourself and give yourself the space that you need in order to kind of shift into the best version of yourself with the Hermit card. So if you are feeling lonely, or if you're feeling all by yourself, if you're feeling like you have nobody, this isolation is a blessing in disguise, okay? Because the version of you that you're becoming is like so powerful, you know? It's like you don't want to hit nobody with that power like before you're ready, if that makes sense. You know what I thought of? X-Men, I don't remember what kid it was. I forgot his name, but he had the thing with his eyes. Like, his eyes were so powerful. As soon as he took the glasses off, it's like he just started shooting lasers out his eyes. If you know, you know. But like, it's like the universe is keeping you in isolation, and in his instance, it's like he had to wear those glasses because the moment he took them off, it's like his powers are being thrown left and right, and this shit could actually hurt somebody, right? So it's like you're being given an opportunity to be grounded in your power in 2024, and as a result, I'm seeing that you're going to be receiving new downloads and ideas in regards to how you can serve, right? The universe is like isolating you. God is isolating you right now because there is a completely new journey that you are meant to embark on. And honestly, for a lot of you guys, I'm feeling like this might not actually unfold until 2025, but 2024 is like where you get the ideas necessary to, how do I say? It's like you get the ideas necessary in order to create this newfound abundance in your life. For example, Apple, right? I'm literally recording on my iPhone right now. I don't have one of them fancy ass cameras like a lot of these YouTubers have, right? But for example, Apple, if I'm not mistaken, it could have been Apple or Microsoft, right? That shit started when this kid was like, what, college kid age, or maybe like in high school, in his damn garage, right? I'm pretty sure the boy barely had a fan to keep himself cool or keep himself at a reasonable temperature, right? But it ended up taking off in a way that even after this man passed on, you know, I think it was Steve Jobs. I could be wrong, you guys, but it started off in his garage. Is what I'm trying to say. He was probably in that garage for over a year, for a few years, you know, developing ideas, you know, before his company ended up blowing up. And even after he left this earth, it's like he's still left behind a huge legacy, right, for all of us to enjoy. You know, he made the iPhones, you know. So basically what I'm saying is 2024 might be that year where you are in your garage, right? And it doesn't have to be your garage, but it's that year of isolation where you get the ideas necessary in order to pave the future, or like contribute to not just yourself, not just your evolution, but like the evolution of humanity. Because a lot of you guys, you know, we end off with the Eight of Pentacles. A lot of you guys have a very, very, very special gift, right? And 2024 is going to be the year of developing and harnessing that gift. That is a blessing in itself, right? So it's like you're developing and harnessing that gift to kind of start a new, with the Fool card, this is just a new journey, period, right? And I can't tell you what these ideas are because they're your ideas, but it's the season of isolation that is going to trigger these ideas in order for you to have some forward movement in your life that's actually going to contribute to the betterment of like humanity, you know, whether it's like starting your own business or being able to craft your ideas into something like tangible that can actually serve people. That's the type of vibe that I'm getting from you guys in 2024, and it is going to be a major blessing. And if you don't know what the fuck is going on right now, that is 100% completely okay. Especially towards the beginning of this year, your focus needs to be on purging this feeling, like this energy that you gotta fight, right? I'm just feeling like this feeling. It's just feeling like all my life I gotta fight. I don't know where that shit is coming from, but we have the Queen of Wands reversed. This is a very angry woman, okay? Or a very angry person, should I say, because I know it's men and women on my channel, but majority of y'all are women. We have the Five of Wands here. It's like feeling like all my life I gotta fight, right? With the Devil card, it's like you're fighting through these distortions, this anger, this sadness, but it's like behind all of that, like intimidation and like that fear and that distortion lies a child who has big dreams and like hopes and aspirations for his or herself, right? And an adult who has absolutely no idea how to go about it in a tangible way and probably gets a headache every single time she or he thinks about, how to go after those dreams or how to achieve those things. But understand, the universe, like it says, in every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me towards right-minded thinking and the energy of love. This is the Justice card. This is the universe conspiring to put you on the right path, to put you in alignment with the frequency of love, the frequency that is most optimal to you, where you get to shine your light in a way that serves you and the collective, right? The collective universe that you represent, because we as humans, we are all individual fragments of the universe expressing ourselves in these individual bodies, with these egos that oftentimes are like the root of our distortion and our individuality, like our unique individuality. So that is what I'm getting for you guys. You guys have some major blessings coming your way, but a lot of them are in disguise. So one, you're shedding your layers, you're shedding all of the bullshit that is keeping you out of alignment with the frequency of love, more specifically the frequency of your love, your unconditional love. And you are going to be going through a period of isolation, at least in the first half of 2024, because within this period of isolation, you will receive some downloads. Okay, this message is for somebody. You will receive some downloads that are going to help mold the future or change the future, whether these downloads pertain to some type of art that you do or some type of creative endeavor or something that you are very, very skilled at. So for example, for me, it's tarot, but for a lot of you guys, it could be art, right? It could have something to do with technology, right? Or it could be something that needs to be patented. Who knows? But it's something brand new that the world has not seen yet that is within you, right? 2024 is going to be the year of you creating the blueprint to figure out what it is that you are going to be sharing and contributing with the world or with the universe, if that makes sense. It's like something downloaded specifically for you from the cosmos, that's literally meant for you, that nobody else can attain except for you, right? That's the type of vibe that I'm getting in. And if you're lost, okay, if you're confused, you don't know what the fuck is going on, you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, I can only imagine what the fuck Steve Jobs was going through in that hot ass garage, right? He probably didn't even think this far ahead, okay? But his creations, that's what this, led to. I'm literally sitting up here recording to you guys on my iPhone, right? Everything that I have here in front of me, fucking these tarot decks, this tripod, this microphone, literally ordered this shit off my iPhone, my laptop that I edit these videos on, my iPhone, right? And this all started from a man in his garage. So in literally 2004, 2005, I don't even know what year the first iPhone dropped. The reality of the situation is, those of you who chose this pile, y'all have that same type of potential, regardless of what it pertains to. It doesn't have to pertain to, being a fucking millionaire, but you got something to contribute, to the fucking universe that you're living in. So you might kind of be isolated this year in order to figure out what the fuck that is, okay? So that is the overall message that I have for you guys. I was not expecting this reading to be that long, but yeah, that's your big blessing for 2023. Let me know down in the comments how this reading resonates for you guys. If you guys are interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, you guys can book with me on my Etsy shop. The link to do so will be available down in the description box below. And if you are interested in the decks that we use for this pick a card or for this particular reading, we did use the Modern Witch Tarot deck as well as the Universe Has Your Back Oracle deck by Gabrielle Bernstein. Both of these will be available for purchase on my Amazon storefront down in the description box below. Be sure to check that out if that is something you are interested in. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye! Hello to all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 3. Your card says, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Okay, not only that, but this is the only pile of cards that actually got 2 cards out of the Universe Has Your Back Oracle deck. The other card that you got says, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Okay, the two key words that are coming through for you guys are faith and universe. Okay, faith in the universe basically is the message that I was getting for you guys moving into 2024. And it's like a lot of you guys got here sheerly off of your faith. Like, you made it this far because of your faith, right? But a lot of you guys are having a hard time with that faith, with that trust in the universe. And so maybe you've been feeling very disconnected, okay? Either way, we're going to get into it, okay? Because I feel like a lot of us have been forced into a space where there's nothing left for us to do except for pray, or except for hope, or except for just ask. I know a lot of people who chose this pile might not even believe in God, okay? Or maybe you have views that are just not traditional, and that is completely okay. But like, do you know what it's like? Most of you who picked this pile, you know what it's like when you've been disconnected for so long and then something happens to you and it's like there's absolutely nowhere for you to turn. You don't see how things could possibly make a turn for the better, right? You only see things getting worse. So it's like you're forced into a corner where you have no choice but to pray, or you have no choice but to ask the universe, to ask the stars, even if you don't believe in God. You're like, God, if you're real, come through for me right now, right? I'm feeling like a lot of people who have chosen this pile, it's like, y'all get where I'm coming from. Y'all know what I mean, right? Because we have the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. This is what I mean, right? This is what I mean when I say a lot of us have been backed into a corner, right? Backed into a corner. We have the 8 of Swords. You notice how she got her arms tied behind her back? She is stuck. She's stuck, and she's surrounded by swords, okay? And with the 5 of Swords here, this is mental conflict. This is like your brain or your mind is just beating itself up over and over and over again, and you're stuck in this constant cycle of like, help me, like, please help me. Like, if anybody is out there, please help me, because I don't know what the fuck to do, right? So getting to 2024, a lot of us have had to experience that. Maybe even for some of us moving into 2024, we're at that point in our life where it's like, oh my God, like, if you're real, please come through for me, like, if you never came through for me before, please come through for me now, because my life is falling apart. My life is in shambles, right? You know what it's like to be pushed into that corner, to feel like you're stuck, right? And so this is why for this pile, if you chose this pile, faith is the theme of your 2024. It's like God or the universe or the stars, the cosmos, whatever you believe in that is beyond what your eyes can see. It's like faith in that thing, that being, that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be respectful of the fact that a lot of people may not believe in God, and I'm not here to change anybody's beliefs, but it's like faith, period, is what is guiding you through this year. What has brought you to this year is what I'm getting for a lot of you guys, right? And with the 5 of Pentacles, I feel like a lot of you guys are just so fearful of trust, right? Because maybe the last time you trust, or time and time again you trust and you get let down, right? You get disappointed with the 5 of Pentacles. You've been left out in the cold, right? You've been put in that situation where maybe your faith was destroyed, right? Maybe your happiness was destroyed. You couldn't see anything positive in the situation. You couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? So it's like Maybe a lot of you guys who chose this pile, you have a hard time trusting God, or you have a hard time trusting the universe. You feel like the universe is just going to abandon you, leave you out in the cold every single time, to the point where when the universe finally comes through with the blessing, or the universe finally comes through with an opportunity that could make or break you, you don't trust it. You don't have faith in it, right? You don't know whether or not you should take this opportunity. You feel like a snake's gonna pop out and bite your hand, right? That's what I'm getting for you guys. It's like a lot of you guys need to better your relationship with God or the cosmos. Or for those of you who don't believe, you need to better your relationship with yourself. Because in my mind, in my opinion, based off of my beliefs and what I teach, it's all one and the same, right? We are all individual reflections of whatever fucking source we done came from, okay? So it's like there is an emphasis on faith in order to get to where it is that you have been trying to go. Your faith is the key to getting there. Your belief in self, your belief in love, your belief in abundance, your belief in the cosmos and the universe, that is the key to getting to where it is that you want to go. Because the thing is, God, source, spirit, the universe, is always assisting you behind the scenes, beyond what you can see. And that is why time and time again, okay, if nothing connects, if nothing makes sense, right? Maybe a lot of you guys are just aimlessly scrolling through these tarot readings, just trying to find something that resonates, or just trying to make sense of what you are experiencing, right? A lot of you guys are being led to the same message in regards to patience, right? I feel like I'm not the only person that has spoken to you about patience, or has, said that word in a tarot reading, whether it's in regards to your love life, whether it's in regards to your next big breakthrough, or whether it's in regards to just life in general getting better for you. Patience is the key. And amidst patience, right, it's like we have to have faith. We have to have faith in order to have patience a lot of the times, right? We have the 7 of Pentacles here. This card literally represents patience, right? With the 4 of Cups. It's almost like we don't want to accept this cup. Maybe we've been patient for so long that now it's like, I don't even know if I want to indulge in this. I don't even know if I want to accept this. Like, I don't even know if this is something that I should have, or if this is something that I should take, right? Because I've been waiting for so long. Now I'm not even sure if I even want it anymore, right? I'm sort of getting that. You're almost kind of looking at the universe like, I've been asking for this since 2014? Maybe even before. I know some of y'all are older than me. I'm only 25, right? I just turned 25. So, but it's like, I've been asking you for love. I've been asking you for this sum of money. I've been asking for this respect for years. And now you're presenting it to me. I've been waiting for so long. I don't even know if I want it anymore. I've been patient for so long. I don't even know if I want it anymore. I don't even know if I can trust what it is that you're bringing to me, right? But if you don't take it, if you don't take that cup and look inside of it or taste it, you ain't never gonna know what the fuck was in it. You can tell the universe to take that cup back, but you might not ever get that cup again, right? You might not ever get that cup again. It's like you can take a sip from this cup and everything in your life changes, for better or for worse, or you can send the cup back and things will stay the same, right? That's what I'm getting at. Because a lot of us, we don't trust whatever the fuck the universe put in the cup, okay? I ain't even gonna lie. Like, it's just the truth, right? You can send the cup back and things stay the same for, God knows how long. Or you can take a sip from it and just see what's in the cup. You know what I'm saying? Just take a little sip. If you don't like it, you can still send it back, right? But you never know. If you don't take a sip, if you don't take that cup, you don't know what the fuck is in it, right? It could be everything that you were asking for and more, right? Imagine you're like gold mining. That's what I want to say. Or maybe diamond mining, because it's like she's digging for diamonds, right? Imagine you're diamond mining and you've been digging. It's just dirt, 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 dirt. Ain't nothing below the surface but dirt, right? But there's still more room to dig. But you're tired now. Your arms are giving out. Your legs are giving out. But you're just so tired of digging. You decided you just not going to dig anymore. And below the surface are the very diamonds that you've been looking for, right? And then somebody else just comes in and just, hits the dirt one time and boom, they hit all the diamonds. The jackpot is theirs. Don't stop digging, right? Don't stop digging. That's what I'm saying. So with this card saying my happiness is a direct level of my faith in the universe. It's like when you're the most unhappy, that's when you're the least trusting. When you're the most happy, and I just seen 11:11 on the timestamp thing on my phone, so I know I'm doing something, okay? When you're the most trusting, right? When you have the most faith in the universe or in yourself or in God or whatever it is that you believe in, that's when you find yourself the most happy, the most content, the most at peace, when you just don't give a fuck. It's like, I was watching a video on manifestation, and I'm thinking about doing like I've been saying this for so long, I need to just fucking do it already. Like a manifestation series on my channel, but I was watching a video by Roxy Talks, right? Basically, the topic of the video was somewhere along the lines of like, why it comes when you just don't care anymore, or like, the law, I think it's like on the law of detachment, why your manifestations come in when you just don't care. It's like, I don't care, I'm gonna get it anyways, so it's whatever. It's like, I'm not tripping about my paycheck coming on Friday, because it's always come either before Friday or it's come on Friday. So it's just like, I'm not tripping about it, like it's gonna come, and it comes every single time. It's like, you get the things that you want when you're not attached to the outcome of getting the things that you want. When your happiness doesn't depend on whether or not you get what you want, but it just depends solely on the fact that you have faith in getting what it is that you want. Are y'all following me? Right? So your understanding of this concept is going to be the biggest blessing in 2024. Your faith. That, if you do not have that, okay, 2024 may not be the happiest year for you. Your biggest blessing is going to be in regards to your faith. Your faith is what is going to push you in the direction that you are trying to go, because I am seeing a whole new chapter opening up for you. This card came out for, I believe, the last pile too, the Fool, but I used a different deck. So, the Fool card right here, we have a whole new beginning, a whole new chapter. You guys are embarking on a whole new journey in 2024. It is going to change tremendously, right? With the Queen of Cups, right? Once you are presented with this cup right here, if you take it, it's going to belong to you, right? It's going to be yours, right? You get to decide what you put in that cup, right? If you put good shit in that cup, okay, with the Queen of Cups, you're going to be happy. You're going to be fulfilled. You're going to be full of love, right? That was sort of the message for group number 2, like in regards to like aligning with the frequency of love. But the Queen of Cups here, her cup is full. Everything that's in her cup is exactly what she wants, With the King of Pentacles, right? It's like she's content with everything that she has in life, especially as it pertains to like material things and like material goods. It's like, notice how she's got one diamond. She's not digging anymore. She's happy. She's content with where she's at. And with the Seven of Pentacles, she has a whole pile of diamonds, and, she's also content with where she's at, but she's probably done a little bit more digging, okay, or had a little bit more patience in order to get to this point, right? It's almost like you have to be here. You have to spend some time here in order to get here. Because the King of Pentacles, this is somebody who is like a provider, is very, content with where he or she is in life, essentially has everything that they need and more, right? And imagine evolving to this place in life from here. Somebody who literally felt like they had nothing. You know how you get here? A lack of faith. A person who is in the Five of Pentacles energy has like no faith, right? Literally damn near wants to give up. Completely disappointed. Feels left out in the cold. Just is not very happy whatsoever, right? It's kind of what I'm getting. Also, I feel like those of you who chose this pile, some of you guys might have felt drawn to group number 2 as well, because I'm noticing a lot of the cards that are coming through for this pile in particular kind of came out for the last pile too. I'm just using a different deck. So, but we also have the 10 of Cups here. So the 10 of Cups, this is complete emotional security and safety, literally having everything that you need in your life and more, right? This is just contentment. This is just like, it's like safety, you know? And safety and faith kind of go hand in hand, because people who don't have faith in their safety, they feel pretty unsafe. They usually tend to be very insecure, unsafe people. They tend to experience a lot of conflict in their life, and they tend to feel stuck, and they tend to feel trapped. Your biggest blessing in 2024, I cannot stress this enough, is going to be your faith. Your faith is what is going to lead you down the path that you might be a little afraid to go down, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't proceed. I said the same thing to group number 2, right? So it's like, in 2024, you might be presented with an opportunity, okay? This is what makes you guys a little different from all the other piles. You may be presented with an opportunity that you are going to be you might be a little hesitant, right? Because this opportunity right here is going to test your faith, okay? It's going to test your patience. Okay, I'm kind of feeling like you can't really have one without the other in this situation. It's going to test you. You will be given the opportunity to say yes or no, to accept this opportunity, to accept what is in this cup. Okay? If you say yes, everything that's in that cup is going to be everything that you were aiming for and more. But if you say no, things will remain exactly the same. However, you might be kind of comfortable with where you are in life, okay? This is yet another part of like your blessings of 2024. You're going to be presented with some type of opportunity, whether it's a job opportunity, an opportunity to move, maybe even the opportunity to embark on like a new friendship or to meet somebody, you know, to make some type of connection. You're going to be presented with an opportunity that you might not be sure of at first. This is an opportunity that you're going to have to walk by faith. You know, like your faith is going to play a major part in what happens here, okay? And if you accept this opportunity, which is going to be out of your comfort zone, should I add, it's going to lead to you having everything that you want and more. You're going to have that cup. You're going to have that cup, and you're going to be content with the cup that you've accepted. You're going to have that emotional security and that emotional stability and everything. And you're going to have everything that you need, okay? But there is a but, okay? And this is why I say some of y'all might have felt drawn to group number 2 as well. We have the Hermit card. You might be undergoing a certain period, like a period of isolation, basically. That's going to lead to self-discovery, but also security within yourself, okay? This right here, this 10 of Cups, I have a Capricorn moon, okay? I don't know how many of y'all actually understand astrology, but the Capricorn moon, like, that is like the moon in detriment, okay? Emotional security and stability is something that I pretty much craved my whole life, but I can really only get it for myself, right? before I can experience it with somebody else. So it's like a lot of you guys kind of have to experience that isolation and that comfort, that faith within yourself before you can experience the type of connections that have that security that you want, you know, outside of yourself, if that makes sense. What you want to experience within, or what you want to experience outside of yourself, you have to kind of master experiencing that within yourself. And basically you're going to be presented with an opportunity that is kind of in alignment with that in 2024. Okay, with the Eight of Swords, you might have been feeling stuck, trapped all this time. You're gonna be experiencing something that's gonna allow you to unbind yourself a little bit. A lot of y'all are just a bit scared to, you know, undergo this type of change, and you're just afraid of being disappointed, so you don't know whether or not to accept it. Okay, I'm telling you, accept that shit. Okay, it's gonna be different, you know, but accept it. Because it's like your faith is being tested. The universe wouldn't present this to you if it was not something that you were not ready for. Okay, that is like what sets y'all apart, is whatever this opportunity is. Because it says here, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. If you are not happy, if you are not content, it's because you are lacking faith at this point in your life. That's what that means. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Okay? You want to be at peace, right? Your faith might get tested a little bit in order to get there, but you know, take that opportunity whenever it arises, you guys. And it might mean something different for all of you. Remember, this is the collective reading, but if you're presented with an opportunity to shake some shit up, shake that shit up, okay? Because things are meant to be different for you guys. Like, you're gonna have a whole new experience in 2024, and it's important that you don't miss out on this opportunity because you're scared or because you don't have faith, because your faith is a direct reflection of your level of happiness. Or it says my happiness is a direct reflection of my faith, my level of faith in the universe. Yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all get where I'm coming from. So yeah, that is all I have for all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 3. Let me know down in the comments how this reading resonates for you guys. If you guys are interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, you guys can book with me on my Etsy shop. The link to do so will be available down in the description box below. And if you're interested in the decks that we have used for today's tarot reading, we did use the Universe Has Your Back Oracle deck as well as the Pastel Journey Tarot deck by Vanessa Samina. I love this deck. Haven't used it for a while, but it will be available for purchase on my Amazon storefront down below. Be sure to check that out if that is something you are interested in. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye! Hello to all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 4, and your card says, when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. Okay? So, group number 4, I cannot begin to express how proud I feel of you guys, because this is one pile that I feel like a lot of you guys got this. Even though a lot of you guys, you know, sometimes you might feel like you don't got this, or you have no idea what you're doing sometimes. It's like you have learned so much, right? It's like when the universe shows you something, whether it's someone's true colors or like a particular lesson, it's like most of you don't need to learn that same lesson more than once. And if you have been that person that kind of needs to learn over and over and over again, it's almost like you guys are kind of past that. Like, this is my pile where I feel like you guys have evolved so much, so much. Like, we have the World card here. 2024 is going to be a whole new cycle for you guys. Like, or I don't want to say a new cycle, I want to say you're completing a cycle, right? You're completing a cycle and almost being like mentally prepared to go into a new one. But this this new cycle, it's like you get to choose kind of what you want the theme of it to be, or like kind of what you want to explore. I'm honestly just feeling like you guys are kind of just floating. Like, I don't have to lecture you guys. I kind of had to lecture the last 3 piles a little bit, but you guys, it's almost like I don't need to tell you what to do. I just need to remind you that your inner voice, your inner dialogue, it's enough, okay? We did start off with the Temperance card, and the 3 of Cups. So Spirit is telling you to have fun, okay? Enjoy your time with your people, your loved ones. Enjoy your time on earth, okay? This was clarified by the Temperance, so I do kind of feel the need to remind you guys, don't do too much of anything. Yeah, that's pretty much the message. Too much of anything could be bad for you. So that's like the only like real message or like piece of lecturing that I really had to give you guys, because for the most part, it just seems like you guys have it down packed. Okay, we have the Empress card. I'm really seeing like this rise of like the divine feminine, this unbothered, unfazed energy. And a lot of you guys might have been bothered like in the past, like way in the past. I feel like a lot of you guys might have been bothered. You might have been worried about everything else that was going on around you, everything, all the unfavorable circumstances that were like playing out in your life. You guys might have been super duper worried about it, super duper insecure, or just, you know, not the most favorable vibrations. But it's almost like I'm picking up on like you surrendered all of that and you're prepared to surrender even more. Like the card that you chose is, when I think I've surrendered, I surrendered more. It's like you just don't, you surrender, you just don't care anymore. And I don't mean don't care in a bad way. I don't mean that in like a heartless, like low vibrational type of way. I don't mean that from like a cold-hearted space, okay? I cannot stress that enough. I mean that from a space of like this divine, unconditional love. Like you're operating from such a divine space that like you know what you're supposed to do. You know where you're supposed to go. Like, and it took so much, like I'm picking up on you guys' energy. It's like it took so much work to get here, but now that you're here, you can bask in it, okay? That's the message for you guys in 2024. 2024 was meant for you to enjoy. You know, pile 1, 2, and 3, I had my own message I had to give them. I'm like, you have to do this. You have to do that. You have to do the third. I even have a client, which if she's watching this reading, like, girl, you know this message is for you, where I had to tell her, like, what did you think I was going to tell you, to do more work? Like, you just need to have fun. You need to enjoy yourself, you know? That is your message for 2024. You need to enjoy yourself. And when you stop giving a fuck, it's like you gotta stop giving even more of a fuck, because everything is going to work out, right? I spoke to one of the piles about this earlier when it comes to the law of detachment, okay? So I was watching a video by Roxy Talks on the law of, she's a manifestation coach for those of you guys who don't know, but it's on the law of attachment and why the things that you want the most in this world start to come to you when you don't care anymore, or like when you've completely detached from the outcome. It's like that's when it comes your way. That's when you start getting what it is that you want. And I'm seeing you guys, like I said, in this divine feminine energy with the Empress card. She just doesn't care. It's like her eyes are wide open. She can see everything that's happening before her, but she understands just how magical of a being she is. And so she is open to receive. She's so open to receiving that she's getting everything that she wants and more, and it's almost like it's just being poured right back into her times like 10 million, right? It's like she has everything she asked for and more, you know? It's like you get a raise at your job and you get offered this like 5 new jobs And you have family members that are just like begging to donate to your business, this new business that you're started. They want to donate to it. They want to give you business, you know. And you have new friends that want to pour into you, and it's like your family is starting to show a little bit more appreciation for you. It's like everybody in your world starts to show up for you the way that you've always intended, the way that you've always wanted, and you just know you don't have to be like scared anymore. You don't have to be in that energy of like being fearful that you're not going to get what it is that you want, because you just trust that you got God on your side, or the universe on your side, or you trust that everything is working out in your favor, right? You don't have to be afraid anymore. Everything is falling into place just how it should, right? It's just like you guys have this trust, you know? And I feel like if you are having a hard time trusting, because I had to lecture, I think it was pile 3, about faith, having faith in like the Most High or the universe or like whatever they believed in, you know. I had to kind of lecture them on this because that's their theme, you know, is having faith, you know, trusting that just because you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, that doesn't mean that you should not keep going. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't keep proceeding. You guys have just kept going. We have the hanged man. She is hanging upside down with her eyes closed. With her eyes closed. The universe could put you in this predicament right now, and it's like you won't fold. That's the thing that is just so miraculous about this pile, is the fact that you choose to continue moving forward. This pile in particular, you guys are probably seeing a lot of 333. That's your confirmation right there. A lot of 777s, possibly 1221. And 444s is like the type of like numerology vibrations that I was getting for you guys. And your mind, I feel like a lot of you guys are Pisces, and that's the crazy thing, like with this 7 of Cups, I don't see any distinct Pisces energy, but like this is kind of what it feels like. It's just like, you know how Pisces is represented by the fish. It's like you're just swimming, like how Dory said, just keep swimming. It's like no matter what happens, you keep going. You remember how Dory and what's his name, Marvin, Dory didn't give a fuck. She just kept going. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. And then the first light they saw was like a fish that was finna attack them. Right? But they got out of it, right? That's why Dory just didn't give a fuck. And she had short-term memory loss. And I don't know why this 7 of Cups, it kind of just, it reminds me of Dory's energy. She just didn't care. You know, she had so many things. Like, she was just this little fish existing in this big ass ocean, which, mind you, that ocean, we living on the planet with that same ocean. There's so much more out there than what we can see. Okay. But she kept swimming. She didn't care. You know, she just kept, you know, following along her life's purpose, which her life's purpose was to obviously find Nemo, you know. But like, that's sort of what I'm getting at. It's like group number 4. It's like you just keep swimming. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. Like, when I think I've given in and I've just given all to the universe, I give more. And then as a result, I get even more than what I bargained for. That is the theme of your 2024. It's like when you think you have no more to give, you keep pushing. You don't stop. You don't give up. That's just not an option for you. It's just not. It's not. Because of everything that is lined up. There are so many good things lined up for you. With the 6 of Pentacles, this can be, depending on what you need at this particular point in your life, this can be gifts of money, gifts of time from important people, or gifts of energy, effort from those around you. Like people pouring into you because you are somebody who doesn't hesitate to pour into others. It's like whatever it is that you contribute to the universe that you live in, even if it's just through individual people that you have connections with, even if it's just like brief interactions, it has an impact on the whole fucking planet, right? You get what I'm saying? So it's like giving up just isn't an option, because you are a representation of the divine. You are a representation of all that is good in life and even beyond, right? Don't be out here sleeping on just how divine you guys are. The Empress card is literally the most evolved divine feminine energy in the deck. I had to lecture group number 2, I believe it was them, about understanding how divine they actually are. And it's like group number 4, y'all strike me as the type that's finally starting to get it. We also have the 3 of Wands, which represents just keep swimming, just keep moving forward. No matter how dark it gets, no matter what you see, you just keep moving forward, right? You have God on your side. Like, I don't really know much about the Bible, okay? I'm really not a Bible thumper, for real. No offense to anybody who, is like an advocate for the Bible or anything like that. But all I remember is something about Jesus walking on water, right? It kind of pertains to like faith. And we have the Hierophant, which represents like God's energy, God's frequency, like God's love, and just keep moving forward even if you don't trust. Or maybe it was Moses walking on water. I don't really remember. Like I said, I'm not really very educated on the Bible, but somebody walked on water and didn't think they could do it, right? And then we have the Chariot, right? So somebody walked on water and didn't have nothing but like a boat, and like maybe had to get out the boat and like walk on the water, right? We have the Chariot. You're equipped with a whole bike. If they could walk on water, imagine what you could do with a bike, right? All they were given was their feet. You have a whole bike, or this could represent a boat or a plane. This could even be Spirit's way of telling you to put yourself out there even more. Who knows? But I'm seeing things unfolding for you in a way that is better than you could have ever imagined. And that statement shouldn't even surprise you, because you're destined for something so much bigger than yourself. And yet a lot of you still be out here occasionally sleeping on yourself from time to time. You don't really see where I'm coming from, but a lot of y'all did the work. Y'all know y'all got something big coming your way. And it's like in 2024, Spirit is just advising you to just prepare for it, right? Prepare to receive. Right? When you think you've received enough, you're going to receive even more. When you think you've given enough, or you think you've given all that you've had, it's like you're gonna get more back to give more. It's like this constant energy exchange between you and the universe that's going to lead to you living this lavish, beautiful, abundant life. Like, I don't know how else to describe this. It's like I don't have to lecture y'all. It's like y'all just know. Y'all just naturally have this. Y'all have this sauce. Y'all have this juice. Y'all have this gift that you're entitled to it. Like, it belongs to you. So, when I think I surrendered, I surrender more. When I think I've gotten all that I could have ever asked for, I get more. When I think I've given all that I've ever had, I give more. It's like the abundance in your life is about to start pouring in more than you could ever imagine, right? You're embarking on a completely new chapter. Also, there's emphasis on the number 7777. So a lot of you guys, y'all resonate with, y'all know what karma feels like. Y'all know what good karma feels like. Y'all know what bad karma feels like. But within the past couple of years of your life, I kind of want to say, like, for a lot of y'all, the last 7 years of your life, because I see 7, then I see 14 and 21, which all divide into 7. You guys might have been met with a series of choices choices where you could either serve yourself or you could serve somebody else. And it's almost like every single time you've chosen to serve somebody else, whether it was giving a homeless person your last dollar, you know, or more, or donating to a cause that you don't really know much about, but you know it's a good cause, like, you know, like I'm getting certain things like that. Or like when being presented with the opportunity to give, instead of keep what you have to yourself, it's like you choose to give. You have trust. You have this trust that the universe is going to give it back to you one way or another, right? My mom always tells me, when you give, you get, right? And sometimes I'm like, Mom, it's my last dollar. Like, I ain't got it like that. And my mom is like, give it, because you won't get it back. She's right. She really is right. Like, it's like some type of law. And because you guys are so giving and so selfless, like you guys are such selfless individuals, I feel like in 2024, you're going to start getting it back. Like, you're going to start getting it back. You got to keep swimming. Group number 4, you got to keep going. You literally made it all this far. I feel like a lot of you guys who chose this pile, y'all are older than me. Like, y'all have probably been around the sun more times than I have, because I'm 25. A lot of y'all have probably been around quite a few more times than me. But you know, like, you have this basic understanding, like this subconscious understanding of how this shit works. And you know that abundance is like, it's on your vibration. It's like imprinted onto your soul. Like, and I feel like in 2024, you're gonna start to experience that in more ways than you could have ever imagined. So yeah, just to summarize, I see very good things happening for you in 2024. You have been a good human. You have been serving humanity in whatever way, you know, resonates for you. Your faith has gotten you to where you are at this point, and therefore it's like, it's time for you to receive all that was meant for you. You know, 2024, they say, is the year of the dragon, and dragons, they're very powerful. And I feel like in 2024, you're going to experience that power on a deeper level. You're going to be presented with the opportunity to share it. And I feel like it's going to be poured back into you more than you could have ever imagined. It's just all good vibes for you in 2024. That's like sort of what I'm getting at. So that is what I have for all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 4. Let me know down in the comments how this reading resonates for you guys. If you guys are interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, you guys can book with me on my Etsy shop. The link to do so will be available down in the description box below. And if you are interested in the decks that we use for today's reading, or this particular pile, we use the Pastel Journey Tarot deck by Vanessa Samayana, as well as the Universe Has Your Back Oracle deck by Gabrielle Bernstein. Be sure to check that out if that is something you are interested in. That is all I have for you guys today. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye!